is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
Watching the time of the people are moving and murmuring to myself, wish it never had to be the way I see this world running. Shouldn't have to be, cause now every man's cup is filled with hate and overflowing. Father, enough things are going wrong, yeah, it's wickeder than before. It really checks that we could have run things, but it never looks so anymore, no. Come down, Father, come down. Come down, Father, come down. Oh, yeah, make you come down, Father, come down, please. Come down, Father, make you come down. In my heart, I know that you won't let your chosen people suffer. I know you'll never let us down. No. Many times I could have picked up a gun, I could have go out the street and played it down. That's no fun, no. Sure ain't no fun, oh no. Cause I think what would happen if the other man thinks the same? Then bullets fall like rain. It's no fun, no. No, it's no fun. Oh, I see greed and I see selfishness. Every man is for himself. Only you can talk to them, Father, cause they listen to no one else, no. Come down, Father, come down. I beg you, come down, Father, come down, Lord. Talk to the hearts of those responsible. Even though their actions are despicable, remind them that it's you who wear the crown. Come down, Father, come down, yes. I beg you, down, Father, come down, down, Father, come down, Father, come down, Watching the time, how the people are moving and murmuring to myself. Oh, one to the ones who think that you can do these wrongs and get away. Oh, one to you, and watch out for your day. I wish it never had to be the way I see this world running. Shouldn't have to be, cause now everyone's cup is full with hate and overflowing. Father, I know things are going wrong, yeah, wickeder than before. Really believe we could have run things, but it doesn't look so anymore, no. Come down, Father, come down. I beg you, come down, Father, come down. Father, come down, Father, come down, please. I beg you, come down, Father, come down. Come down, Father, come down.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
Pilgrims on the journey of the narrow road. Those who've gone before us line the way, cheering on faithful, encouraging the weary. Their lives a stirring testament to God's sustaining grace. Surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us run the race not only for the prize, but as those who've gone before us, let us leave to those behind us the heritage of faithfulness passed on through godly love. Oh, may all who come behind us find us faithful. May the footprints that we lead them to believe, and the lives we live inspire them to obey. Oh, may all who come behind us find us faithful. After all our hopes and dreams have come and gone, and our children sift through all we've left behind, may the clues that they discover and the memories they uncover become the light that leads them to the road we each must find.
6 FM. The time is now
2:30.
Listen every Sunday to Indian Talent on Parade with Dr. Winston Tolan. Now with an extended time, 5 to 6 p.m. Join us and learn more about Indian culture and music. That's Indian Talent on Parade with Dr. Winston Tolan, Sundays 5 to 6 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
One night, I had a dream. I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord, and across the sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene, I noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand. One set belonged to me, and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of my life flashed before us, I looked back at the footprints in the sand, and I noticed that many times along the path of life, there was only one set of footprints. I also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times in my life. This really bothered me, so I questioned the Lord about it. One set of footprints in the sand. Lord, you promised me you'd hold my hand. Tell me why in the troubled times I look back and only find one set of footprints in the sand. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. But I've noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there's only one set of footprints. I don't understand why in times when I needed you most, you should leave me. And the Lord replied, my precious, precious child, I love you, and I would never, never leave you during your times of trial and suffering. When you saw only one set of footprints in the sand, it was then that I was carrying you. One set of footprints in the sand. Oh yes, at last I understand. Through every storm you carried me. Now I praise the Lord each time I sing. One set of footprints in the sand. One set of footprints in the sand.
It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the 6th day of the 4th month of 2023, the International Year of Millets, cereals grown in warm countries and regions with poor soils, bearing a large crop of small seeds, chiefly used to make flour. 2023 is also the International Year of Dialogue as a guarantee of peace. The month of April is being observed as World Autism Awareness Month, Cancer Awareness Month, and in particular, cervical, or if you prefer, cervical cancer awareness month. April is also being celebrated as Farmers Month and Manufacturers Month. It's a Shakri Day in Thailand. Drop of Water is a Grain of Gold Day in Turkmenistan. National Tartan Day in the USA. And Uprising Day in Sudan. It's International Day of Sport for Development and Peace. Hoy es Jueves Santo. El 6 de abril 2023. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones, y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est jeudi saint, le 6 avril 2023. Et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service pour une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue.
I looked back at the footprints in the sand, and I noticed that many times along the path of life, there was only one set of footprints. I also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times in my life. This really bothered me So I questioned the Lord about it. One set of footprints in the sand.
All we're saying is it's Thursday, Holy Thursday in particular, the 6th of April, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
You should leave me. And the Lord replied, My precious, precious child, I love you, and I would never, never leave you during your times of trial and suffering. When you saw only one set of footprints in the sand, it was then that I was carrying you. One set of footprints in the sand. Oh yes, at last I understand. Through every storm he carried me. Now I praise the Lord each time I sin. One set of footprints in the sand. One set of footprints in the sand.
We've been sharing with you some specially curated recordings on this Holy Thursday, in this Holy Week, at this time of Easter, during this Lenten season. Thank you very much for staying with us. There's more to come, but just to give you an idea. Well, let's clear the usual messages first. Those of you who have joined us, welcome. Thank you. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine. Audrey Smith says, afternoon, Dervan and listeners. Listening from Southampton. Love the opening tune. Thank you, Audrey Smith. Faye Weller says, blessed afternoon, Mr. Dervan and faithful listeners. I'm here listening. That's good to know, Faye Weller. Thank you very much for joining us. And keep those messages coming in. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those of you who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-59-8281. 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330-606-0953. 0330-606-0953. Speaking of the UK, here are a couple of stories you might find of interest as published on the Jamaica-Gleaner.com platform. And one of them, the lead story, says King Charles III supports probe into monarchy's slave ties. King Charles III, for the first time, has signaled support for research into the British monarchy's ties to slavery after a document showed an ancestor with shares in a slave trading company, a Buckingham Palace spokesperson said today. Charles takes the issue profoundly seriously, and academics will be given access to the royal collection and archives, the palace said. The statement was in response to an article in the Guardian newspaper that revealed a document showing that the deputy governor of the slave trading Royal African Company transferred £1,000 of shares in the business to King William III in 1689. The newspaper reported on the document as part of a series of stories on royal wealth and finances, as well as the monarchy's connection to slavery. Charles ascended to the throne last year after the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. His 6. Charles and his eldest son have expressed their sorrow over slavery, but have connections to the trade. So that's one of the two stories coming out of the UK right now. Here's another. Where did it go? Let's go back. Unless it was replaced just now by the Gleaner, because they update their stories fairly frequently. So here's the other story coming out of the UK. UK criticized for failures in Windrush immigration scandal. And there's a picture of Windrush campaigners Auckland El Waldo Romeo, Glenda Caesar, and Patrick Vernon handing in a letter to Downing Street. Today, the Black Equity Organization submitted a petition signed by more than 50,000 people that criticized the painfully slow response to the scathing 2018 report and the decision by Home Secretary Suella Braverman to scrap several recommendations her predecessor accepted. We urge your government to stick to the promises made. There is still an opportunity to show that you and your ministers are serious about righting past wrongs. A letter to Sunak said. Rishi Sunak is, of course, the UK Prime Minister. So the story is a civil rights group urged United Kingdom Prime Minister Rishi Sunak on Thursday to follow through on promises made to thousands of people of Caribbean descent who were wrongly targeted as illegal migrants in the so-called Windrush scandal that emerged 5 years ago. The Black Equity Organization submitted a petition signed by more than 50,000 people criticizing the painfully slow response by the UK government and the decision by Home Secretary Suella Braverman to scrap several recommendations for immigration agency improvements that her predecessor accepted. There's more after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:46 on Power 106.
The St. Mary Association of Branch Societies of the Jamaica Agricultural Society presents the 35th staging of the St. Mary Agri Expo, Easter Monday, April 10, at the JP Farm Sports Complex, Grace in St. Mary, featuring farm queen and greased bake competitions, farmers market, kiddies village, a gospel concert, and more. Admission adults $1,500, children $500. That's the St. Mary Agri Expo, Easter Monday, April 10, JP Farm Sports Complex, Grace in St. Mary. See you there.
Your taxes hold the key.
Property owners, let's get digital. Property taxes for 2023-24 are due April 1. Payments can be made by April 30 in full, half-yearly or quarterly installments. Pay using these options. Online at jamaicatax.gov.jm, the THA mobile app, the mobile tax collection unit, NCB online banking and Scotia online and mobile app. Call 888-TAX-HELP. That's 888-829-4357. Or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm for details. It's the first event of the 2023 circuit racing calendar, the JRDC Carnival of Speed at the Dover Monday, April 10th. Come see top racing car and motorcycle drivers vying for supremacy and much more. It's open at 7 a.m. Action starts at 9 a.m. General admission, $3,000. Children under 12, $1,000. Adult, $6,000. VIP, $15,000. Non-stop thrills and excitement at the JRDC Carnival of Speed. Easter Monday, April 10th at the Dover Raceway.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. Hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your world.
Truce.
Frustrated brother, see how he's trying to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the lonely, the tired and worn. Hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. 'Cause we are a family whose hearts are blazing. So let's raise our candles and light up the sky. Praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon in darkest times. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, deceive and poor. Hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle and go light your. To the dark, to the dark, seek out the hope. Hopeless, confused and torn. Out your candle for all to see. All to see. Take your candle, go down. There is
Kathy Trockley, Go Light Your World. As we continue this special Holy Thursday edition of Both Sides of the Story. In Spanish, it's Jueves Santo, Holy Thursday. Jueves Santo. En français, in French, it's Jeudi Saint. Jeudi Saint. And in Mandarin, it's Chung Juice. Chung Juice. Holy Thursday. That's the observance today in this Holy Week, in this season of Lent at Easter time. Happy Holy Thursday, says Sean Chambers. Thank you very much for your message. Bernadette Ogilvy, Ms. Nugent Ogilvy, says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and fellow listeners. I can't emphasize how much I love this program. The music is taking me to some higher heights. Thank you, sir. Happy to oblige, Bernadette Ogilvy. Thank you very much. Also on board, welcome. Nicola in Central Jamaica says, good afternoon, Dervan. Happy Holy Thursday to you, viewers in the diaspora. Thank you very much, Nicola. Many happy returns. Winter says, good afternoon, all from Washington Gardens. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. And you do likewise, Natalie. Joan Edgehill says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Wishing you a wonderful day. Same to you, Joan Edgehill, and all the other Jamaican friends of Jamaica in Central Florida. Connie Scarlett, notice, happy Easter to you too, you and your husband and the other members of the family, the children, etc. Happy Easter to you, Connie Scarlett, notice. Sherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Have a blessed weekend and a holiday. Thank you, Sherry Henry. All the very best. Keep those comments coming in here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Speaking of stories, a couple more stories for you if you haven't been following the news of the day. A couple of the other trending stories. NWC rationing water in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. Santa Cruz is said to be the hottest place in Jamaica. And Santa Cruz means Holy Cross. And the NWC is rationing water in Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth as part of efforts to improve supply to elevated sections of Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. The National Water Commission, NWC, says it will be regulating water in the town. Starting immediately, customers in the following areas will receive water on the days outlined. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Beadles Heights, Burnt Ground, Foster Park, Upper Holt Road, New Hope, and Waterloo. Fridays to Saturdays and on Wednesdays, Pound Hill, Glencoe, Olive Park, Bybrook Park, Longwood, Jerusalem, Brighton, Boxwood, and Providence. The NWC is urging customers to store water for use during the period they will be without this most precious commodity. Hope the people of those areas have been following and took note of the days and the provision of water on those days. Evie Boss Lady says, happy Holy Thursday, Mr. Malcolm and fellow listeners worldwide. I too am so excited to hear the music today. I truly love this program and listen as often as I can. May God bless you all. Blessings to you too, Evie Boss Lady. Happy Holy Thursday to you too. Alex Christian, how are you, Alex? How is the family? How is everybody? Alex says, happy Easter to you, Dervan, when it comes from Alex and Kathy, Tony, Marcia. Got you, Alex. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. All the very best. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Good afternoon to Leo Gilling, wherever he is listening right now. And we have some other messages to clear. This one from Richard. He says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Beautiful song. One set of footprints in the sand." So that's Richard's favorite for the time being, it seems. Good. That's good to know. And just checking on, doing a quick check on a couple of messages as well. James in East London sharing with us the usual collection of stories from the papers in the United Kingdom. Let's do a quick one. Well, they have the one about King Charles backing new research into royal families' links with slavery. Met Police has 161 serving officers with criminal convictions in its ranks. The Met Commissioner will support a complete ban on almost anyone who has received a caution or conviction from serving in the police. Sir Mark Rowley told LBC too much flexibility has been allowed in the vetting of officers and staff in the past, and is now looking at setting a higher standard in London before a national review is completed. Thank you, James in East London, for the usual collection of stories from the region. We thank you, we appreciate you and your interest. Thank you very much. Going down the line quickly, someone is asking, well, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. I have been advised that at the comprehensive clinic on Slipe Road, on the form to be filled out by new clients is a section that asks each person, what do you identify as? I am told some of the people did not understand, and one woman said, oh dear, well, we can't read that piece on air. But anyway, did you hear about it? This person asks. No. Congrats on your program. Is it lawful in Jamaica for that to be so? Well, there's nothing unlawful about being whatever you want to be. People are free to be they're free to do whatever they want to do. People are free to be whatever they want to be, as long as that freedom does not infringe on another individual's freedom. That's it. People are free to do what they want to, whatever they want to do. People are free to be whatever they want to be. Rights start where yours end. You get the picture. There you go. Thank you very much. More in a moment.
Contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high-quality concrete products. The time by Coast to Coast Group of Companies is
3:01 on Power 106.
The College of Agriculture, Science and Education, CASE, continues to play its part in
Before you go,
revolutionizing Jamaica's productive and education sectors for the demands of the
com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And feel us what Easter means to you. That's one area you can touch on if you wish. What does Easter mean to me? That's the question. Put another way, what does Easter mean to you? We want to hear somebody. Who is this? Ras Aster Black sending us a couple of messages. People of South St. James, should the Fairfield to Point, I think you're asking if the Fairfield to Point road needs fixing. I bet even if it is a short road, it will attract cost overruns, says Ras Aster Black. Well, if that's the constituency in which you live, Ras Aster Black, then as a member of that constituency, feel free to hold your representatives accountable. So over to you and your fellow citizens, Ras Aster Black. Thank you very much for your message on WhatsApp. Asha Ash says, happy birthday to me tomorrow. Well, day to you tomorrow when it comes, Asha Ash. Thank you very much for tuning in. Always good to have you on board here on Power 106 FM. Still on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good day, Malcolm. How are you doing, sir?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
I'm great so far. Uncle Dervan, I want to debate about something that I always have problems with, a topic that I always have issues with. I want to debate about a topic that pastors always debate about in church, that always criticize. I'm coming. Hold on a second.
This is your program, both sides. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to debate about the topic of obeah. It's a topic that I always have issues with. Why when an obeah man work those things in Jamaica, why they cannot take action against the obeah man?
You know what? I have forgotten what the law says with respect to that. When it was in the news some time ago, I was pretty much au fait with all those developments. But as of this point, I'm not in a position to properly respond to your question.
Always criticize that thing, man. They must stop work those things on people. That's all those people.
You sound like a believer by virtue of what you have said so far.
I don't believe in those things, Uncle. I'm not a believer in those.
Well, what you said a while ago betrayed what you perhaps meant to say. Yes.
Yes, because them have a scripture in the Bible that say, the Bible said we are all sinners. And the world is full of good and bad people, and none of us is good. And them have a saying about in the Bible that say the devil come to kill and steal and destroy. He's the one that responsible for those things. Uncle Dervan, Malcolm, say for instance, let me tell you something. Well, every time when I watch a church program on television, I always see pastors pray for people because demons inside of them. Let's ask you a question. Where the demonic forces come from? How does a demon just get inside of a person like that?
You'd have to put that. You would have to put that question to a follower of Christ who would tell you that he or she has been filled with the Holy Spirit and therefore in a position to be able to exorcise these demons if and when, as a child of God, they're confronted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true, man. Because I think it's witchcraft responsible for those things.
So again, you're a believer by virtue of
No,
what you
I'm
just
not.
said. You're a believer in witchcraft.
No, I'm not a believer in those things. I believe in Jesus. The
But
reason why I decided to debate about this today because I always have issues with it. It doesn't mean that I'm a believer of those stuff. No, I'm not.
no, but you seem scared by the what you have said about um, demons and obia and what
Yeah.
people have been doing to people. So by virtue of how you have been expressing yourself, it sounds as if you believe that obia is real and people do in fact get hurt when
Mhm.
others.
Mhm.
Isn't that what
Mhm.
you earlier on?
Um, you're correct. And some of the pastors that go to church, some of them are a believer of those stuff. I don't trust some pastors. Some
How
of
do you
them
know
are
that you're that close to the
fake.
pastors?
Some of them are fake. I don't trust some of them because some of them are a believer of those stuff.
Well, we have all kinds of human beings in the world. Some of us are
Mhm.
real, others of us are
Mhm.
fake,
Yeah.
etc. And
Yeah.
there are those who are indifferent, those who
Mhm.
are still searching to find themselves,
Mhm.
and those who, having searched,
Mhm.
have uh, re-emerged
Yeah.
and have repositioned themselves,
Mhm.
identifying as this, that, and the other.
Yeah. Yeah. True. All right. Later on, I will talk to you another time.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thanks for calling. Take care. Bye bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 876-922-4112 Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on a WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Welcome to Make We Talk Tax, a program that educates and informs taxpayers of the various payment options and services available at TAJ and the ease of doing business. In today's episode, we speak on property tax.
Welcome to Make We Talk Show. Today's show will feature taxes, and the category chosen is property tax. Our contestants today are two beautiful ladies, Miss Suzanne Roden Smith from Kingston and Miss Keisha Carr from St. Thomas. Anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin our game with this message. Your taxes hold the key. Ladies, I hope you're excited as I am to begin this interesting, informative, and engaging game show. And you ladies will get the chance to win no prizes. In the first round, ladies, you will be asked alternate questions about property tax. If you don't know the answer, your opponent will have the opportunity to answer. And if you answer correctly, you will be given 1 point. Well, without further ado, Keisha, your question is, when does property tax payment become due?
Jesus, I like this to me. Thank God, me get my easy one. Well, property tax pay April 1, and owners have until April 30th.
Yes, you are indeed correct. Over to you now, Susan. Your question is, how can property tax payments be made?
All right, Susan, you got this. Okay, yes. I remember they can pay it in full half yearly, and quarterly payments.
So, Susan, you are indeed correct. Right, this is shaping up to be an interesting battle. Over to you again, Keisha. Here's your next question. When are full and half payments for property tax due?
Full payments due April 1, and half payment is also due on April 1 and October 1.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Back to you, Suzanne. When are quarterly payments for property tax due?
Quarterly payments. Yeah. Quarterly payments are due July 1 and January 1.
Fortunately, you left out it. So the answer is incorrect. So, Keisha, you will now get a chance to answer the exact question. And if you answered correctly, you will now take the lead. Let me repeat the question. When are property tax quarterly payments due?
Sean, me know this. April 1, July 1, October 1, and January 1. Oh, jeez. I never remember to put you in April 1.
Right, okay. Well done, Keisha. Thank you for last moments of the match. Keisha has taken the lead.
Yes!
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. When we get back, we will be in the final round of the competition. In a short while, we will see who will be victorious and take home the main prize.
What an exciting first round of competition. Tune in next time for round 2. If you have further queries, call the Customer Care Center at 888 Tax Help. That is 888-829-57, or visit our website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. If you are in the USA, call 1-888-GO-JA-TAX. That is 1-888-465-2829. Make We Talk Tax is a production of. Hoping you will join us again next time on Make We Talk Tax. Tax Administration.
Out the blocks with Imperial Optical and Imperial Optical Boutique. Our blue filter anti-glare and transition lenses are available at our 9 locations island-wide. See you at the finish line.
You are an exporter, helping to elevate the face of our international trade. But in order to do that, and all the other tasks on your list, you need someone that understands you. We know that finding adequate collateral as a SME can sometimes be challenging, which is why we've partnered with our friends at JMB to bring you the Exim Export Guarantee to give you that extra collateral support when you may need it.
How are you?
Call
Fine,
Exim
thanks. How are
Bank
you?
to find out more about the Exim Export Guarantee.
Wonderful.
Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and
Okay.
livelihood.
Oliver Langstaff. The Jamaica Agricultural Society and the St. James
to you.
I Look to You, the late Whitney Houston. Another special selection on this Holy Thursday 2023 in the season of Lent. And we encourage your full participation. Anything you want to know about, there is no time like the present. What questions you have in relation to U.S. immigration, we have that segment coming up in just a little while. So spread the word. Tell your family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, any subject on U.S. immigration. Stand by. Mr. Oliver Langstadt, U.S. immigration attorney at law, will be joining us at 3:30 on today's edition of Your Legal Corner. The text line and the WhatsApp number for Your Legal Corner are one and the same, 876-279-8598. 876-279-8598. The regular numbers to call, 876-922-4112. 876-922-4112. And so get your questions ready, your immigration, U.S. immigration related questions. There's an email address as well. That's yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. And the host of this afternoon's edition of Your Legal Corner will be Oliver Langstadt, attorney at law. And remember the numbers, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Remember, you can send us your text messages and your WhatsApp messages via the Poro 106 FM text line and WhatsApp number, 876-279-8598. And you can your email messages to yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. Let's clear some more messages on your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Juanita Haynes Phillips, Hilary Shaw King, thank you all for tuning in, and all the very best. What does Easter mean to you? Do you have a thought on that? What will you be doing this long Easter weekend? The choice is yours. Feel free to share how you'll be spending this most sacred season on the Christian calendar. 876-922-4112-5 are the numbers to call. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number. And in fact, we are just coming up to the break. And after the break, it will be time for Your Legal Corner with U.S. immigration attorney Oliver Langstadt.
You're listening to them. The time is now
3:30.
Your taxes hold the key.
Property owners, let's get digital. Property taxes for 2023-20. April 1. Payments can be made by April 30 in full, half-yearly or quarterly installments. Pay using these options. Online at jamaicatax.gov.jm. The THA mobile app. The mobile tax collection unit. NCB online banking and Scotia online and mobile app. Call 888-TAX-HELP. That's 888-829-4357. Or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm for details. Welcome to Your Legal Corner on Power 106 FM, your source of information for all matters regarding U.S. immigration. Call in with your questions and concerns on 876-922-41125. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Time now for Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story, right here on Power 106 FM.
That's right. It's time for Your Legal Corner. Any topic you have, any questions with respect to U.S. immigration, this is the time, this is the place. And here are the numbers once again. 876-922-4112-5. Those are the numbers to call. 876-922-4112-5. The text line and the WhatsApp number are one and the same. 876-279-8598. 876-279-8598. And the email address is yourlegalcorner106 at gmail.com. And let's say hello, good afternoon, and welcome. Oliver Langstad, good afternoon. How are you?
Good, sir. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon, Jamaica.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Your Legal Corner, as we look forward to taking the U.S. immigration questions that our listeners have for you. But wanted to get in a word on the changes to procure proof that one has been granted a green card. And then we can always take a look at other matters, other changes announced by the USCIS. Mr. Langstad.
Yeah, so starting approximately March 16th of this year, there's been a new change to getting temporary proof of green card status or lawful permanent resident status. It used to be that you would have to schedule an appointment and go to a USCIS field office and meet with an officer and get a stamp in your passport. They have now changed that, and if you do not have a green card or you have an application pending to renew your green card, but your extension period for that application has expired, or you have an application to lift the conditions on your residence, or you have an application pending for citizenship and you need proof of your lawful permanent residence, you can now contact USCIS and they can determine if they will decide to send you in the mail what's called a Form I-94 with a stamp, what's called an aided stamp, which is basically an alien documentation, identification, and telecommunication stamp, along with a printed photo of the lawful permanent resident obtained from the USCIS system. Why this is advantageous is because many times it takes a while to schedule the appointment, and it may also cause difficulty to travel to a USCIS field office. So this new protocol that they have put in place can be very helpful. Now, it doesn't mean that they'll do it in every case, but they may do it in a substantial number of cases, and that may be helpful to individuals who need that temporary evidence of having a green card, for example, for employment purposes, because their employer needs to make sure that they are not only lawfully present in the U.S., but authorized to work.
Yeah. And any other changes that people need to be mindful of?
Actually, there's an interesting new one that just started actually this week. Very, very new as of April. What's interesting is certain students in the United States who are here, for example, at university studying, they can request what's called employment authorization by virtue of applying for what's called optional practical training. Now, in the past, when they did this, they sent in the application, and sometimes the processing times were many, many, many months, and the poor students would basically lose the opportunity to work or get the optional practical training because the employer wouldn't want to wait anymore. And so now what's happening is that actually beginning on March 6th, USCIS will accept the applications, and you can also apply for premium processing. It's an extra fee, but if you pay the extra fee, USCIS will promise to make a decision on the application in 15 days. So that's a very, very fast turnaround. And beginning this week, you can now file that request for premium processing along with the application for employment authorization online. And therefore, you save mailing time, and the 15-day clock starts even quicker. And this is extremely beneficial to students who may have employers who really don't want to wait long or who really want to start their optional practical training. And it is those that are eligible are for students who want to do pre-completion, in other words, pre-completion studies OPT, or post-completion studies OPT, or for those students who are STEM students, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, who want to get OPT. And this is a very, very important development. So I'm glad to be able to share that, and I know it will help the students. While there is an economic burden to paying the processing fee for the 15-day turnaround, it may well be that those students and those individuals might get some help from their employers who would see the benefit in being able to get them to work more quickly.
Wow, that's a lot. Well, thank you very much for sharing, Oliver Langstadt. Hold it there. Here's a message coming in. This person says, "Good afternoon. My father has filed for me, but I am currently pregnant. Automatically be on the filing?" That's question number one. Next, do number two. And number three, situation to ensure I don't leave an unborn child behind.
That is a challenge. Going overseas, I'm not sure where they would go overseas to have the child. So, and I don't know what their visa status is to travel, assuming they're in the but it doesn't affect the underlying application by the father, assuming that dad has applied for the child, whether it is a unmarried son and daughter of a U.S. citizen. What the question is are they married or unmarried will depend on the processing time. As for filing for the child, what will have to happen basically is there may be an option to do accompanying or joining, but in general, because it is a child of the person being sponsored and not really connected to the principal applicant, it may well be that the beneficiary, herself, will have to get her green card and then turn around and try to apply for the child as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. We'll hold it right there for a moment as we remind our listeners that our host on this week's edition of Your Legal Corner is Mr. Oliver Langstadt. He is a U.S. immigration attorney at law. And the numbers to call if you have questions, if you want some clarification, anything to do with U.S. immigration, here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number for Your Legal Corner. It's 876-279-8598. 876-279-8598. You can email yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. gmail.com. Let's go to another message for Oliver Langstadt, U.S. Immigration Attorney at Law. This one says, "Good day, Mr. Oliver and Mr. Dervan. I am the spouse of a green card holder waiting for an interview date at the embassy for the past 8 months. Heard lately they have not, something is missing, but what I'm seeing here is heard lately they have not current for this family base being at this state." Huh?
Yeah, I think I know what they're saying, that the visa category is not current. In other words, what they're saying is the F2A is spouses and children of permanent residents. So as I understand this individual, they are the spouse of a green card holder, so they are currently working on priority dates of 8th of September 2020. So I don't know, we do not know this individual's priority date. If we knew the individual's priority date, we might be able to better assess when they will get their interview.
Well, the person goes on to write, being at this stage, if spouse should become citizen and the spouse goes to the USA, can we apply for a waiver, or would we have to do the process all over from beginning?
Okay. First of all, if the legal permanent resident, the spouse, becomes a citizen, you can upgrade. You can upgrade and notify the National Visa Center, and then that person becomes what's called an immediate relative, and then the National Visa Center will update the file and notify Jamaica, and then they're no longer waiting for a priority date, they're just waiting for an interview date. I don't know the need for any waiver. There shouldn't be a need for a waiver for this unless there's some other underlying factor I'm not aware of.
And the rest of the message ends with the words, let's see, process, thanks for the advice. Someone also told me about visa for spouse, LPR. Thanks. Does that mean anything to you? The person wrote VEE-VISA.
No, that doesn't really ring a bell. What's happening is this person is in process based on marriage to a legal permanent resident.
Yes.
And the question was, processing is not current because of the backlog in the visa category. Then the next question was, if the spouse became a citizen, basically what would happen? Well, you just notify them, provide proof, a copy of the certificate of naturalization, then they will update their records, and then it would move the case from waiting for a priority date to just the first available interview date. Now, those are the two real main ways that this could be handled.
Okay, just a moment. We have another message, but we are also upon the break. So let's just talk our way up to the break. You're listening to Your Legal Corner with U.S. Immigration Attorney at Law, Oliver Langstadt, here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. And we continue to welcome your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Any subject with respect to U.S. immigration. This is the time. This is the place. The numbers again, 876-922-4112-5. And the text line and the WhatsApp number are one and the same, 876-279-8598.
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 754-3714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45. What is independence? At Hypro, we believe real independence means self-sufficiency, sustainability. It means developing the capacity to grow what we eat and eat what we grow smartly. Hypro continues to be your source for quality agricultural inputs and technical support to make sure Jamaica produces the best quality crops, poultry, and livestock. We sacrifice to achieve political independence. Let's work together to secure our food independence. Grow with Hypro.
Winchester MRI Limited, Jamaica's first choice for MR imaging, is conveniently located at the Winchester Surgical and Medical Center. Our board-certified radiologists provide affordable, high-quality MRI services. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays. Call 906-159223 or visit 3A Winchester Road, Kingston. Winchester MRI, Jamaica's first choice for MR imaging.
You're listening to Your Legal Corner, your source of information on all matters regarding U.S. immigration. You can call in with your questions and concerns on 876-922-41125. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Now, back to Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story on Power 106 FM.
That's right. Immigration attorney, Mr. Oliver. We're still taking your calls on 876-922-1125, 876-922-1125. The text line and the WhatsApp number are one and the same, 876-279-8598, 876-279-8598. And you can send your email messages to yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. Here's another message for you, Oliver Langstad. It's the person says, my grandmother, 67, I would imagine that's her age. So my grandmother, who is a citizen of America, filed for my mother in July 2021. How long will it take for her mother to get a contact or letter from the embassy?
See, that is a parent filing for a child. What we don't know is if they're married or unmarried. So unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, they're currently working the F1 character priority date 1st of December 2014. Married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens is the F3 category, and they're working on cases with a priority date of 22nd November 2008. Either way, it's going to take a while. Let's assume this individual is unmarried, then you're dealing with 1st of December 2014. It's going to be a while before there's going to be any communication. Assuming the file has already been properly dealt with at the National Visa Center, NVC, then once it's been properly put together there, then it's sent to, obviously, Jamaica, the consular post, U.S. Embassy in Kingston, and then they will set the interview, but of course meeting the preconditions, which of course is the medical, the police clearance, etc.
I should let you know that a few seconds ago, the word unmarried popped up.
So if it's unmarried, then they're working F1, which is 1st of December 2014. They filed, I believe, was it 21 that I recall hearing. If that's the case, well, they're waiting about. It's a good 7-year wait. So it's a while.
My goodness. So it is. All right. Having talked about a good 7-year wait, can I ask then what determines the duration? Are multiple factors or some standard procedures?
when you said the duration, you mean how quickly the visa category moves?
Right.
That's always been the great mystery. Sometimes it moves faster than others. What happens is each visa category is only given a certain number of visas. Specifically, this F1 category that we're referring to is about 23,000. So what you can see is obviously there are only so many. Sometimes they move, for example, each month they move a month. Sometimes they back up and they don't. It's really hard to say. I think it depends on processing. I think it depends on how quickly the consular posts are doing their work and so forth. But I have never in all my years of practicing gotten a clear answer from officials who are closely connected with it. Their standard response is, well, just look at the monthly visa bulletin. I respond, but that doesn't help me explain to my clients what the position is. Should I be telling my clients, just call me every month? So unfortunately, I cannot offer anything precise except to say that it's the visa numbers, because they're limited, causes then the backup in the processing.
Mm-hmm. And has there been any indication as to how much faster or more efficient the embassy has been so far, speaking specifically of the embassy here in Jamaica? Or is it doesn't have anything to do with the actual
I think there are a variety of factors. I think efficient consular posts can make a difference, but remember, you have to look at it worldwide. So worldwide, you have consular posts processing these applications and going through the protocols. And if some are doing it a little bit quicker than others, okay, but you're still bound by the total number. So if the total number, for example, is 23,400. Even if some consular posts are more efficient than others, when they reach the cap, then they start to back up. I do think, however, my experience is Jamaica is, because of the high volume of applications for non-immigrant and immigrant visas at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, Jamaica. In general, they are efficient. There are some consular posts which are not as efficient, but then there are obviously some that also don't get the volume. I mean, Jamaica has just a very high volume of applications.
Okay, thank you for that information. Here are some more messages that have come in. This one says, "Good day, Mr. Langstadt. What's this now? I-130. That means something to you, Mr. Langstadt? Okay.
Yes, that's a petition for alien relatives, yes.
All right, so good day, Mr. Langstadt. Has been filed and approved my wife, a U.S. citizen. How long for interview?"
Well, if the wife has filed for him and the I-130 has been approved, now I assume this individual is probably overseas, for example, in Jamaica, because you're getting the message. Then what happens is it's sent to the NVC. The NVC processes it, and then they request further paperwork, and they send it down to then Jamaica. It's going to be a best guesstimate. It's been filed, but I don't. So once it's approved, I would tell you.
Well, the message says filed and approved.
Okay.
Has been filed and approved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's approved, I would say you're probably looking at, assuming everything's in order, because it's been approved, then it's probably another 6 to 8 months of time waiting with processing and then getting notified, the individual in Jamaica, the spouse getting notified to do certain things, the filing of the affidavit of support, getting the police clearance, doing the medical, etc. But again, it will depend on how quickly they can offer the interview based upon their managing the caseload at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, Jamaica.
Here's another one for you. This one coming through on YouTube. Bishop, well, let's not give out the name, but a man of the cloth says, "Good afternoon. What is the priority date for IR1? I was filed for in 2020, August. DQ 2023 February.
IR, the immigrant 3, that sounds like it is a married son and daughter of a U.S. citizen. Sounds, I'm guessing, family 3. Currently, it's 22nd of November 2008 is the priority date.
Okay. And another one for you. This one says, "Good afternoon. My mom had started filing for me in 2018. I have received my priority date of April 2018, as well as another email from NVC that my case was moved to NVC, awaiting an interview date. How long is usually the wait time for a parent filing for an adult child over 21 who is unmarried?"
Depends. It really depends. I mean, the unmarried child over 21, it looks to me like the priority date is 8th of September 2020. So I would say it's less than a 3-year wait. That's the best I could say looking at the current visa bulletin.
Right. And I don't know if this message had followed the previous, saying the communication from NVC was over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to this one now. Good afternoon, Mr. Langstadt and Mr. Dervan. I am the spouse of LPR, waiting in line for an interview date at embassy for the past 9 months. I got an email every 2 months from NVC that they are waiting on the embassy. However, I heard F2A is no longer current. My priority date is August 2021.
Correct. They're currently working on 8th of September 2020, so the priority date of August 2021. It's about 11 months or so of approximately waiting, if you assume month by month.
Okay. All right, listeners, we're almost out of time, so we'll give Oliver Langstadt the opportunity to indicate how those interested in using the services of your law firm and your partners, what's the best way to communicate, to contact?
Best way is to call. The number is 305-648-3909. That's the easiest way to call with any interest or any inquiries about representation.
So once again, 305
648 3909. And that's I'm located in Miami, Florida.
Right. Great. So listeners, there you have it from U.S. Immigration Attorney at Law, Mr. Oliver Langstadt, leaving contact information on this week's edition of Your Legal Corner on both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. Thank you very much, Oliver Langstadt. It's been a pleasure. All the best.
Thank you, and happy Easter to everyone in Jamaica. All the best.
Same to you and yours. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. It's a special Holy Thursday edition of Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM. We have more music for you, and we're still taking your calls, your messages, etc. as the program progresses. More in a moment.
You've just listened to Your Legal Corner, your source of information for all matters regarding U.S. immigration. Join us
Who is sick and begging to be free, but there is no cure for his disease. He looks up to his mother. Praying that someday the sun will shine again. And the pain? And the pain will I am here. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. I see your tears. Your tears, yeah. I'll be there in a hurry. I'll be there in a hurry when you fall. Friends are there. I'm a friend and I'll catch you when you fall. Yeah, yeah. Here's my shoulder. You can lean on me. Yeah. Tell me how can I love Jesus when I never seen his face? Yeah, I see you trying and I'm turning away. So hold my hand. Let me take you to a friend of mine is waiting just to ease your troubled mind. He loves you more than you'll ever know. Instead of walking away, open up your heart and say, I am here. You're my friend, but you're also my brother. Here's my shoulder. You can lean on me. Hallelujah. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally.
Welcome. Good to see you. You've joined us on an afternoon when we're observing Holy Thursday. So Rebel Ayana is with. Give me the name again. J-A-H-N-I. So Lejani. Lee Janai. I beg your pardon. Lee Janai. Lee Janai. Okay. So you're a performer as well? You're a singer? Yes. Okay. All right, no problem. So
the youth talent for transformation through the arts.
Hold on. Let me. I think I'm not sure. I think maybe it's fixed now. Thank you so much. 15 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? Yes, young people, we know it's midterm break. We know it's Easter. We know, but you know what we always say? Even when school is out, homework is always in, because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation, poor performance. Right? And let's officially take the break. I beg your pardon. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:16 on Power 106.
One day at a time, sweet Jesus. I'm only human. I'm just a woman. Help me believe in what I can be, in all that I am. Show me the stairway. I love you, Lord, for mercy. Teach me to take one day at a time.
Is it too loud for you? I suspect it might be. Let me see if I can bring it down.
Get some music. You got
Yes,
the music?
yes, hold on.
Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. It's one of the worst. Yesterday's
Not that. Where is it? Don't worry, I have it. Hold on.
Lord, help me today.
I think this is it.
Show me the way one day at a time.
You find the
We
right
can?
one?
Is it we
Youths
can?
Rise.
Let me see. Hold on.
Well, Jesus, you know, if you look
Not this one.
Can we send Youth Rise?
Youth Rise.
Youth Rise.
And take your place.
Yes.
This is it.
violence and crime. So for my sake, teach me to take
One day at a time.
one day at a time. Sweet Jesus.
All right, stand by.
From you. Need the strength to
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we are delighted, as we said earlier on, to have joining us in the studios of Power 106 FM. It's not our first time, actually. As they would say, it's not our first rodeo. Because she is a warm, kind, gentle soul, but of course, naturally, she doesn't put up with, I don't want to say foolishness, but you get the point, right? And we are delighted that she could join us in studio this afternoon. And we're talking about Detective Inspector Pilmar Powell, and there's an initiative which she came to us and shared with us, along with a couple of. I don't think you were alone when you came.
No.
Or were you on the phone? I don't remember if it was a phone interview.
SSB Phillips.
On the phone?
Yes.
Yes.
And Fire Royal.
Right. So, good afternoon to you and welcome back to the studios of 106 FM. How are you?
Welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us. A blessed and holy Easter across the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we extend Easter greetings to you too. And to your left is a winner.
Yes, she's an ambassador.
An ambassador. I beg your pardon.
Yes, youth talent for transformation through the arts.
All right.
2022.
So, all right. We don't want to take it for granted that all the people listening and watching have already learned about the program. So I'm going to ask you now to just roll out the program for us.
Or in 2022, we sat as Team Waterford, which is the St. Catherine South Division. We realized that we having a lot of complaints coming in from our youths who are abused verbally, emotionally, physically, as also complaints against them. So we sat as a team, as our commanding officer, SSB Phillips, Christopher Phillips. He is people-oriented and service-oriented. When we look through our station plan, a part of our station plan speaks about intervention. Apart from doing counseling with them, sit with them, speak with them, if they have to be referred elsewhere, that's what the JSF does. We find the right niche for you to get that help. So we realize doing mobile patrols and foot patrols, we would see the youths in the arts. They dance, they sing, and when they're ready to dramatize, the bloggers, right? So we realize that this is an area wherein we can engage the youth, foster that partnership. Once you foster the partnership with the children and the youths, you also foster partnership with the family. Because sometimes these youths, they suffer psychologically, sociologically as well. And it affects the families. And this is where you get the dysfunctional families. So therefore, we realize, let us put something together, a talent show, wherein we can showcase them, put them in an area.
Help them to channel those energies in a positive way.
Right. It is all the social and professional transformation, which is also an economic transformation. So we are talking about emotional intelligence and social intelligence, dealing with them, because a lot of anger comes across. So as police officers, one of our main components as police officer service, reassure, protect, is listening skills, observation. So therefore, we coined Youth Talent for Transformation through the Arts. And the last time we met, we engaged several music producers, several promoters, business owners, and we sat and we had a committee. With the helm of it is our SSP, who gave Waterford that blessing to launch this initiative. It was well received. And coming out of that, we have a single, and that is why we're here today. Yes, the finalist. And we have also the ambassador 2022, Rebel Ayana. Yes, to speak more. But it has been good. We moved forward now because we need to see more from the youths. So one of our main key stakeholders, Heart NSTA, yes, to get a skill in every area, because the finalists, Heart gave them scholarships. I believe Ayana should start in September. Yes. We also had Jaipur on board.
Jamaica Intellectual Property Office.
Yes. They spoke about the intellectual property rights, copyright. So it's all about engage, educate, empower, and live good. Because the Ministry of National Security supported us on this initiative because it's youth empowerment. Can go a far way. Because we want to take it international. Get them out there, change your mindset to know that, look, this is not the way. And also for them to bear in mind that there are several, many people within Jamaica and outside of Jamaica wish for their well-being.
That's right.
So we have the heart programs. We have all the applications now at the police stations in St. Catherine South Division. So once you come in, police will assist you to fill out the forms. They will even tell you that the forms are here. So you know that heart is from hundreds. Yes. So once you have that skill, that mindset will change. You focus on the more positive. But that is what we are about now in Jamaica. To focus on the positive. Remember, the youths are the one that are going to take over sooner or later. So we want to channel. So we open that gateway for them to say, look, transform the mind, you transform the well-being. So that is where we are.
Very good. And so let's hear from Ayana. That's your stage name, right?
Rebel Ayana.
I beg your pardon. Rebel Ayana, welcome to the studios of Power 106 FM. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. And please tell us how you came to be where you are doing what you're doing now.
Well, it's a long road, but let's cut it short. I've been doing this for a while now, you know, the struggle, especially when you're a positive artist. It's hard for people to play a song and even support it because, you know, most of these youths, they gravitate to the negative. So we're here to let them know that we can be positive and it's not boring.
Yes.
You know? We can be positive and it's fun. So we're just here to educate, empower, and
live good.
Engage with the youths.
Yes.
Yes, because they're the future for tomorrow.
That's right. I'm just trying to adjust my camera so everybody is on camera.
Okay.
Right. All right. So the song that we're going to be playing in a little while, you are the one who created it?
Well, no, it's the top 5. 5 of us went in the studio, and well, my punch was the first thing that was set, and then they did their little parts around it.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. So who are the others?
We have
Vante,
Majesty, One Rapid Burst,
TG
Lakeside, and me, Rebel Ayana.
So what you gave them an assignment to put this together, or it's part of the competition?
Yes, it was the commander's request. He met with the finalists face to face, and he gave them a request and said, "Okay, put a song together." And the following day, they went in Fire Royal Studio, and here we are today.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we are today. Youth rise.
Youth rise.
And take your stand. We can.
We can.
All right. We want to play it after the break. It's 4:29 now, but while we're on the subject, so give me those names again for the others who are on board.
Vante,
Majesty, TG Lakeside, One Rapid Burst, and me, Rebel Ayana.
Right. And so you just use your own individual creativity,
right? Exactly.
Share it and package it.
We have vibes in the studio and just listen to the rhythm and vibe for a little bit, and then we did it there and then.
And you were 9 months pregnant.
9 months pregnant.
Oh dear! What a thing!
Yes, I went in the competition at 7 months, and you know we had to clash and do all of those fun stuff.
Yes.
It was a challenging task.
Yes.
But we got through. We got through. A lot of people try to doubt me and say, "You can't do it. You're not gonna sit down. You know, say you're pregnant." I'm gonna say I'm a vice admitting all the talent.
You're pregnant with possibilities.
Man.
Hold it right there. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 4:30. There'll be food, flair,
All right, just a moment.
galore at the 35th staging of the
So,
Agri Expo this Easter.
Agricultural Expo. This live broadcast is brought to you by the St. Mary Association of Brand
You
Societies
can
of
still
the
come,
Jamaica
come around a bit
Agricultural
more, you know.
Society, the Jamaica Dairy
Come around
Development
some more,
Board,
Ayana.
the National
We want to
Irrigation
have you
Commission,
on
Diversity Farm and
camera.
Garden Supplies Limited, the
If
College
you
of
want to
Agricultural
call
That's
Sciences,
fine. I mean, it's
and the Jamaica 4-H Club. That's a live broadcast from the St. Mary Agri Expo this Easter Monday, April 10th, right here on Power 106 FM.
no.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
Come around, come around, come around.
Yeah, people don't have to see me. They see me every day.
Youth rise and take your place. We can, we can, we can, we can. Youth rise and take your place. We can, you can, we can, we can. You children of cemetery, we need a better remedy. Yeah. Yeah. Youth rise and take your place. We can, we can, we can, we can. Youth rise and take your place. We can, you can, we can, we can. Youth rise and take your place. We can, we can, we can, we can. Youth rise and take your place. We can, you can, we can, we can. Transformation through the arts. Say I try, never say I can't. Transformation through the arts. Say I'll try, never say I can't. Youth rise and take your place. We can, we can, we can, we can. Youth rise and take your place. We can, you can, we can, we can. Heard him nice, you know? And the voices blend.
Yes, indeed. St. Catherine South Police Division. Yes, and
SSP Phillips.
yeah, SSP Phillips is the man in charge.
Yes, sir.
SSP
Christopher Phillips.
Yes.
Yes.
And the competition was the Youth Talent for Transformation through the Arts. So I'm seeing pictures and I'm seeing labels here. So TG Lakeside
One of the
was
artists.
third place winner.
Yes,
Right.
yes, sir.
In second place, you had Majesty.
Yes, sir.
Majesty. And of course, Rebel Ayana
Yes.
winning overall. And then you all got together
Yes, they did.
to create that which we have been listening to coming back from the 4:30 break. This is
Well, we actually did the song before the finals.
Okay.
Yeah, so we didn't know who was gonna win.
Look at that. But you sounded, were you singing on it?
Yes, I was.
I mean the actual recording. Were you in studio?
No, I was not.
Well, you sound like you should have, or you were there. Listen, man, you have some talent there. You hide it.
Energy and talent.
This is good. So what kind of impact has this initiative had especially on the young people in the division?
They're anticipating
Mm-hmm.
year 2.
Yes.
They are anticipating year 2 and seeing what was done in year 1. I know it will be bigger and better.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we have our sponsors, they're pushing it. They're definitely pushing for it because they see that it is all about youth
Yes.
empowerment and engagement.
Yes.
We must engage the youths.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned sponsors. I know how important that is. Would you like to acknowledge?
All right, we had Sun City Radio.
That's fine.
In Portmore.
Mm-hmm.
We have Friends for Real Record Studio and Beanie Man and Rain Records. We had Fair Royal. We had Simple Records. We have Dwight Atkins. We had Pure Ice. At the time, we had Yellow Zebu. So there were several, and our main sponsor, Heart NSTA.
That's encouraging news. And so naturally, with that kind of support, then you can continue doing what you're doing from the standpoint of from the very being at the very police station, a young person there to say to that young person,
get engaged.
Yes.
Get a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
Transformation. Change your mindset.
Yes.
Better life.
Mm-hmm.
Better life. Because as the writer said, you teach a man to fish rather than keep giving him a fish.
That's right.
Because if you give him a fish today, you'll have to give him fish again tomorrow.
That's right.
But if you teach him how to go to the river or to go to the sea to catch his own fish, you feed him for life.
For life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You feed him for life.
Well said. Very well said. So when is the next installment of this competition? When?
October, but we start to advertise in the summer.
Okay.
Because what we really want is to get the students involved.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is now 18 to 35. We wish to start from 15, 16, because they have a lot of talent, a whole lot of talent. So you want to channel that energy to positivity.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. And we should also mention that we have Lee Janai in studio with us as well.
Yes.
Welcome, Lee Janai.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So I hear you have the best seats in the house, so to speak, when all of this was unfolding.
Yes, well, concerning her, I always have the best seats.
Which after her?
Yes. Huh?
Which after her?
Oh, which after her? Rebel, yeah.
An important clarification,
yes,
right?
True. Yeah, but I'm always trying to support Rebel Ayana where her music is concerned. She's a very, very talented, very, very, very talented person.
Yes.
And I'm here to always remind her where she can be.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell her that her future is already there.
Mm-hmm.
We have many futures. We just have to choose one.
Okay.
So I tell her that the success is already there.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to keep it clean and keep that road, keep that road clean so we could get there.
That's right.
Right. So,
But you're a musician in your own right.
Yes, I'm a music. I'm not here for me right
I
now
know,
as an
I know.
artist, but yes, I'm a recording artist. I recorded with Penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
I was a part of Flames, which is Tony Rebel and Queen Africa team. I was blessed to do few recordings at Penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on an album with Queen Africa, Assassin, Sizzler, Tony Rebel, Marsha Griffiths. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm blessed to have been doing musical work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. And I saw that she had talent, and I said, you know what? We should nurture this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe that one day we can be a great, 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 great music couple.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
We
greatest.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Yes.
And like Miss Powell is saying about empowering youths, our music is about empowering youths.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always prayed to work with an organization like this. She remember, I always tell her, it's great to work with the officers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're our brothers and sisters as well.
That's right.
So that's happening now. It's like we prayed for it and it happened.
All right.
So I'm here to remind her that it's our prayers unfolding. So we have to keep it clean and keep on moving forward.
Okay. So Rebel Ayana, tell us now about your journey as a singer, as a performer.
Well, I've been coming from far. It's not an easy road, as I've said before, for a positive conscious artist. But, you know, we have strength and courage and we never give up. So we still push through. In 2016, I was on Magnum. I was a finalist. I didn't win far, but, you know, I got a lot of experience in it. And I know that wouldn't have been the right time for me to be out there because I didn't learn the craft as much as I do now. So now is the perfect time already.
Yeah.
Ready. And as Legion I say, he's been helping me pave the right way. And I definitely say he's a mentor, one of my biggest mentor, one of my newest mentor, Miss Powell. So, you know, we're here as a team doing it and here to educate, empower, and engage with the youths.
Yeah. So far, so good. So for those, it's pretty much just for it will remain for the division, or are you hoping to that others will come along and experience this youth talent for transformation through the arts? And go ahead.
It was extended because when we started out for St. Catherine South, commanding officer SSP Phillips is a strategist. He said, no, Miss Powell, you need to extend this to all youths across Jamaica.
Wow.
That we did. We had applicants from all the way in Montego Bay. But as you know, you go through the different rounds, people will fall by the way. But nonetheless, we are saying to the youths, try again. I am here, Detective Inspector Powell. Come by Waterford. Let us see where we go from there. Yes, it's all about the engagement, you know, fostering that partnership. And when I tell you, apart from Ayana, TG Lakeside is well talented. Fante, well talented. One rapid verse, well talented. And you hear the voices say, carry my shoulder like Jesus, majesty. These are youths with talent. Raw talent that mold in the correct way will be mega. Will be mega. One day we may see one of them going for their Grammy.
That's right.
Yes, we just have to nurture them with positive leadership, positive influence.
Very well said. All right. So as we wrap, what time is it? Yeah, in a few minutes. Can you give us
And
you wanted to say?
just to add something, she leave nobody is left out.
Or left behind.
So even
no man is
left behind. So even if they didn't make it in the top 10,
yes,
she have an open door for all of them.
Oh, great.
Right. A lot of things are to their advantage still. So
assisting them in different areas.
Right.
Definitely.
So you're in it for the long haul, Detective Inspector.
As a police officer, we serve, protect, and reassure.
That's right.
And remember, part of my other training is counseling, social and professional transformation, and forensic psychology. It's understanding human behavior. Yes. So sometimes, you know, persons will come in and start to say, Miss Powell, we have a situation, you know, you take them in the office, speak with them, you know, families come in. So the youths, we need to understand their upbringing. It's talking about the whole social learning.
Yeah. We need to, what's the term? Seek first to understand than to be understood. Or put another way, seek first to understand. Seek first to understand.
Or seek first to be understood.
No, seek first to understand, then to be understood.
Exactly.
Because it's very easy for us to just put our thing out there, so to speak, without due regard for the other person's, you know.
And that is where you see the emotional and the social intelligence comes in. Because if we understand where some of these persons are coming from, the hurt, the pain, the grief, no mother, no father, no auntie, no cousin is a next door neighbor, or the streets grow you. The behavior is different. So you have to understand why why is this person behaving like this?
Mm-hmm.
Once you get that understanding, you can mold that person. It takes a while because it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a while, but you can show them pointers. What can I do better?
Mm-hmm.
How do I see myself within the next 5 years? I give them
Mm-hmm.
some timelines and some food for thought.
Absolutely. Hold it there. We're going to take the break and come back and wrap.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now.
So listen on the song for her.
4:46 on Power 106.
Check the times.
Where you saying it?
Yeah, check the times.
This one? Who is this?
Check the times. Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I had that on the playlist.
It's another youth song.
Let me see. It's the right one, right?
No, man.
I'm no longer slave.
Yes.
And this is Soul Rebel?
Yes.
This is the one?
Yes.
I want to make sure it's the right one, though. Hold on.
Check the signs, check the time, check the crime rate. I'm waiting on no one's and never time wait. When you let money to leave their mind games up when your mind is it's gonna come for make your mind real. Heritage, I love my culture. But every day I'm a touch the road, to the home bar.
The last one.
When it hits the center, like my start, where them come from like change story. And I've done and never done whatever come on in the enemy. Change story. Gotta pop the place to bomb. Rebel we have a long time. Rebel they have Kingston, Spanish town and blank. Our red rose to every Christian have a answer. Now we smoke, smoke, smoke. Trying to find the truth ganja. It's just the same story. So rebels, oh, we are rebels. So rebels, yeah. Oh, we are rebels, yeah.
Yeah, you have a sound. I mean, that does make a difference. You know that sound. There's something about how you sound when you're singing, and I like what I hear.
And she's a different
Yes,
dimension.
yes,
And she gone in a different dimension.
clearly,
Yes.
clearly. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
All right, so as we wrap, and we're almost out of time.
Wait,
So
can I add? Do you have a little time to play? I have one more song, even if it's a little piece. Jamaica Town.
you might have to come back with that one. Because we have news coming up at 5. It's 5 minutes to
No
5.
problem, no
I will need to
problem.
wrap, but
No problem.
yeah, but you're on to something. You're on the right track.
Thanks a lot.
You're on the right track. And we thank you very much for gracing us with your presence this afternoon.
Thanks a lot.
And the same goes for you, Detective Inspector.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. You continue to do great work.
St. Catherine saw the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Yes.
Yes, sir, protect and we reassure.
That's
Force
it.
for good.
Mm-hmm. And teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Right,
Thank
right,
you.
All
Thank you
right.
for having us.
And Legion, I thank you as well for spending some time with us.
Yes, again. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
You know,
Pleasure.
very, very, very pleasureful.
All right.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
All right.
And all the best.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Portmore Mall.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us the space free. Portmore
Okay.
Mall.
Well done, Portmore Mall.
Yes.
Thanks for your support. Thank you very much.
All right, so
So we're going to wrap up today's program now, and we're out of here.
well,
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
No
Dervan.
problem.
It's a beauty to see you again. We have to fix up our luck for next year.
That's all right.
You cry?
Hmm?
You cry?
Right?
Mm-hmm. I'm not liquid calabar
No, not at all. Not at all.
The ball. It's a pleasure. So once we start to advertise again, so we can leave. I have to wait until.
No, man, you're free. You're free. You're free.
I need to get home now. I'm tired.
Yeah, I
Just
hope you
coming
have
from
the whole
graduation.
weekend off.
Yes, I do hope
Excellent.
so.
Who graduated today?
Staff and junior command.
Ooh, nice. Congratulations.
yes, it looks so different today.
18 of us. I'm live.
Well done. Mhm. Well, it's still live on camera.
All right, thanks again for having me.
Anytime. Respect.
We'll talk.
Take care. Sure.
I'm
For
going
sure.
to thanks. Mwah.
All right. Reign forever and ever. Forever and ever.